Hey guys, I know I haven't uploaded a video on the episode of the podcast in a while. Episode like 8 or what episode was it? I don't know. I'll have to see what episode it is before I upload this video. Alright, but anyway, guys, today we're talking about. I usually don't make comics like this, but I made a mystery comic. It's a Scooby-Doo. It's going to be a new comic series. Alright, so this is Volume 1, Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Samurai. And yes, I stole that name, but it's not an actual Legend of. Wait, no, that's not it. What was it again? What was it? What was I thinking of? Oh yeah, Legend of the Zombie Soldier. I'm guessing you know by the title what it's about. It's about a zombie soldier. Alright, so it starts off with two kids walking inside a grave. A kid dares another kid to jump on the gravestone. To jump on someone's gravestone. The kid says no way. He's like, no, I don't disturb the dead. And then he's like, oh, do it, you wimp. And he doesn't like be called a wimp, so he does it. They're about to leave until a big, 6'3" zombie soldier comes out and yells, who disturbs my grave? And obviously they're like, ah, and run away, because if I jumped on a gravestone and a 6'2" zombie soldier came out of the gravestone and yelled in a really deep and angry voice, who disturbed my grave, and starts running towards me, I'm gonna run, and then once we get away from him, I'm gonna be like, you see, you know why I didn't want to disturb the dead. So yeah. Sorry again for not uploading an episode of the podcast in a while. Then it turns out the entire gang is going they're getting a break from mystery solving to go to a giant hotel. It's basically 16 million times bigger than the Mall of America. The biggest mall in America? Is that the biggest mall in the world? I don't know. I need to look it up. I need to do my research. But anyway, Shaggy's all finally, we can get a break from mystery solving. Not a creepy place in sight. They see the gravestone and they're like, and biting their nails and their hair sticks up like what always happens when they get scared. And Scooby's all like, what's that? And Fred's all, oh, that's just a cemetery. And then they both start doing it again like they always do. So yeah. And then they meet all the cast, and there's this one creepy guy who's like, the monster ghoul. And people are like, who's the monster ghoul? I mean, monster soldier, dang it. The zombie soldier. And they say, many, many years ago, there was a soldier who died in World War II here. Legend has it, every Sunday, yes, every Sunday, wait, no, every 3 years, I meant, dang it. Every 3 years, he comes back to haunt this place. And they're like, zoinks! And there's this creepy guy who's like, get out of here at once, or else the zombie soldier will feast on your soul. And they're like, nope. And then Shaggy and Scooby find out that the snack bar is right next to the cemetery. So they go there and they decide to conquer up their fears and go inside the cemetery. When they're not looking and eating their sandwiches on a bench, the zombie rises from the grave and then it's like, ah! And then they have this whole chase sequence, and then they're like, like zombie monster. And then the zombie soldier busts through the hotel and starts running and scaring everyone. And now we get to the part where, in every Scooby-Doo episode, there's a chase sequence where the monster is chasing everyone. It's just a lot of music playing. I think that's probably just like the people who voice the characters break time, and instead of just like making a long commercial, making a like 1 minute, 2 minute commercial, they just put on some music and call it a day. Like, all right, this we're just gonna put on some music, and yeah. So yeah, that's what I think it is. Then they finally get away from the monster, and Fred is like, I have a trap idea. And Shaggy and Scooby are all, oh, please don't tell me we're live bait. And he's like, whoop, you asked not to, but you are. And he's like, oh, we said don't. So basically, they go inside the cemetery and lure the monster by stomping on his grave. And he's like, yeah. And then Fred traps him. And there are a bunch of main characters. There's Jace, who's the owner of the cemetery, and who isn't creepy at all. Sheila, the owner of the hotel, and finally the creepy guy who's all, get out of here and never come back. And if you watch Scooby-Doo, you know that it's always the person you least expect to be the monster. Like the person most friendliest person in the entire episode ends up being the monster, which is like totally ridiculous. I just said a cuss word. Please don't demonetize me, Susan. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's just totally ridiculous. So yeah. And then it turns out is Jason, the owner of the cemetery. He explains that he never wanted to own the cemetery. It was just passed down. That he wanted to scare everyone off, so that way they wouldn't get angry when he turned the cemetery into a theme park. And then these all, well, would have gotten away with 2 votes for you meddling kids. And they're like, yeah, we get it, Jason. Now go to jail and serve your life sentence or whatever. And like that, the episode ends. Comic ends. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends so that way we can hit the 20 subscriber button. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna hit the 20 subscriber button once we hit 10 subscribers. And yeah, bye guys. Have a great day. Just so you guys know, my podcast, you can only watch it here. It's called the LaTravis Podcast, but you can watch the full series on my YouTube channel. Thumbnails are just my podcast thumbnails are just total blackness, and also they just say podcast episode, whatever it is. So yeah, with all that being said, goodbye guys, and have a beautiful day.